I'm John's nephew. My mother is John's baby sister, or half-sister, Frances Dillinger, and my son is a great nephew. And I've lived with it, being John's nephew all my life. Never thought much about it. It's just part of the family. Frank Morgan was a man, 65 years old, and a big man, and he was carrying the proceeds from the day home, and an older acquaintance of John's, Ed Singleton, which was 11 years older than John. He'd met at a pool hall there in Mooresville and got to run around with him, talked him into trying to rob Frank Morgan, and they attempted to rob him. They never did get the money. He fought them, and Ed Singleton, I think, hit him with a baseball bat or a pipe. There's a couple of different stories on what he hit him with. But Ed actually had a revolver in his pocket, I guess, and it fell out and went off. So the neighbors come out and they took off. So they never actually got any money. The one with Johnny Depp, as far as Johnny Depp, I think he did a great job playing John. As far as the movie being factual and on, it's Hollywood. But as far, I think it's a little better than most of them.
It's way better than
the Warren Oates one was upset my mom. I actually remember her and a friend of mine taking my mom to see that one, and she actually got up and walked out. The way they portrayed John, and then also her father, because her father was real soft-spoken. She never heard him use any foul language and never laid a hand on him. So she never did like that movie. And there was another one with Mark Harmon. She didn't like that movie. Matter of fact, she won't watch Mark Harmon after that movie. But
even though I never met him, it's difficult when they come to the scene when they shoot him. It's still, you're watching one of your family members get executed basically on TV. It's a little hard to watch, especially the newest one. It was it was really close up, a little graphic than the other films were, so it kind of,
well,
still kind of hard to watch.
I've watched my mother, and especially that scene, even talking about it, she'll tear up still to this day. So it's a little hard, especially for her. And even me watching it, he was killed 20 years before I was born. So, but from my mother and knowing his family, it's kind of strange watching it.
Glad that the Crown Point Jail, they're actually trying to remodel it and bring it back to where it is with the tours and stuff, because that is part of our history that they shouldn't let that fall apart. It's good that because people my generation, some of them don't even know who John was or that era, history, unless they go to history class. So it's good that that's up there, and the museum was good. I mean, you had a lot of facts about just around that era on how everything was and with John, and I really appreciate that the jail was still there. They're actually trying to remodel it.
The Crown Point Jail, my mom had never been there until last summer, and when we went, and they took us through, and actually to be there and see actually where he was at and what he did to get out of there, I was totally amazed, because I'm thinking of just a little jail, a little out a hallway and out there, but it was actually, he had to go quite a ways from that back cell, keep getting people and putting them in the cell with a wooden gun, make it through, I think that's what, 72 foot, what they call the tunnel, the hallway, up to where he actually got real guns and then got out. No, he never killed anyone. There's letters where he wrote his father. He said, "Don't believe all this things they write about me," and he told his father, he said, "I've never killed anyone." I think if he hadn't got caught up in that, he would have been your average guy. He might have been a bank president, who knows.